Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Searching for Sports Card. This episode will be our fourth and final installment of our search through 1989 Donruss Baseball. As is customary, the Undertaker is in place. This stack, I'm superstitious about I don't know, maybe tell me in the comments below, do you guys have superstitions about the way you rip your boxes? I start at the back left corner, come up to the front left, front right, and then this stack right here, I always open last, is the back right corner of the box. I don't know why. That's just how I always do it. That's my superstition about baseball cards. Let me know down below if you guys have any superstitions about the way you guys open your cards. The other thing I always do too is you guys know the Undertaker supervises all my box openings. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's just an odd little quirk that I have. When I open, I start the back left, come to the front left, front right, and then I always finish in the back right corner of the box. So without further ado, here it is, stack number 4 from the back right corner. Some people will just call me a weirdo, I suppose, and that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. Here we go, pack number 1, back right corner, looking for some magic. Clean copy of the Griffey, maybe a centered up copy of the Smoltz would be nice, but see what we can do here. Steve Lyons kicks things off. Jimmy Jones, excuse me, Stan Javier, Doyle Alexander, Andy Van Slyke. I always take notice of guys that don't wear batting gloves. I don't know, I just find that interesting. Golfers that don't wear gloves and baseball players that don't wear gloves always kind of intrigue me. Drew Hall, of course, Moises Alou is probably the most famous gloveless hitter for some of the comments he made. But anyways, Dave West, rated rookie. Scott Terry. Nelson Liriano. Jeff Musselman. You hear my wife's vacuuming upstairs. Sounds like things are starting to pick up at our house here. I was up plenty early this morning. I'm usually up at about 3:45 to 4 o'clock every morning, so because of the work schedule I run. Terry Clark, Harold Reynolds, Hall of Famer Paul Molitor. Still looking for a base Freddie McGriff, too. I don't think we've seen a base Freddie McGriff card come out. Rob Deere, looking to rebuild my McGriff PC. I had a huge McGriff PC when I was a kid. Love the Crime Dog. Bo Jackson, Freddie McGriff, those are two guys I collect probably really heavy. Quite a bit of Ryan Sandberg, Andre Dawson. Decent pile of Mark Grace cards. Ron Gant, I had a big Ellis Burks collection. I was talking to my buddy James about that last night. Super pumped on Ellis Burks. Andres Thomas. Rex Hudler. Frank DiPino. Jerry Reed, Mike Jackson, another checklist, card number 500. That'll give us 468 through 577 if you're keeping tabs on the checklist. Bo Diaz, guys everywhere in this box. Glenn Davis, Steve Buechele. Strawberry goes in the PC pile. Rolando Rooms, Don Robinson, Walt Weiss, and Junior Ortiz. The old bunt card. Oh, you probably won't see many bunters in the 2020 era. I don't even know if they bunt. Do they even bunt in Major League Baseball now that they have the DH on both sides? I don't even know if they bunt in Major League Baseball anymore. Maybe a rare suicide squeeze or something, but it's not something you see very often, it doesn't seem like. We don't play small ball, launch angle, and home runs. That's it these days. Tim Laudner, Manny Trio, 40-40 Club, Jose Canseco. Put that one on the stand. I just loved that card when I was a kid. Another Frank Viola, Terry Pendleton, Eric Hansen, rated rookie, Luis Rivera, Barry Lyons, Felix Fermin, Jeff Montgomery, Hall of Famer Tom Glavine. Seen a bunch of his cards come out already. Rod Nichols, Dennis Cook, Ernie Witt, and Lloyd Mosby. Still looking for another. I'd like to see one more example of a John Smoltz rookie come out of this box. See if we can get one that's at least reasonably centered. One thing I'm going to start doing, even from this so-called junk wax era, the treasure wax era, as I call it, is I think I'm gonna start slabbing. Just in general, for my personal collection, not because I care if they're a 10 or a 9 or obviously I'd like them to be 8 or better if I'm going to slab them up, depending on what year they are. But I'm going to start slabbing a bunch of Hall of Fame rookies, I think, here just for my PC. I've never slabbed a card. I do think the SGC slab looks really cool. I like it better than the PSA. If I was reselling, that's the old debate. Do you go PSA or SGC? But the turnaround time for SGC is really incredible too. So for my personal collection, I'll probably go with them. Let me know in the comments what your superstition is and what's your favorite slab out there if you're a guy that grades cards. Chuck Finley, Pete O'Brien, Bill Long, Darnell Coles, Dennis Rasmussen, excuse me, Dave Anderson, Jose Rio, another 59 and counting for Oral Hershiser, Edgar Martinez, Tom Lampkin, Mark Langston, Rockin' Robin, always fun to pull a Robin Yount card, Dave Martinez, Willie Frazier, and we'll round that pack out with Pat Borders. All right, what do we got left here? 5 packs. One thing I like about these fresh boxes is, and this will only happen once, but you can see how those packs kind of stick together. And then once you go through them and pull them apart, that's it. That's how you can always kind of know if not necessarily been sorted, but if anybody's been through a box of cards, those early wax cards, they have a tendency when they're fresh, been in the case for a long time, they'll stick together like that. All right, moving on. Got our puzzle pieces. Ron Oster, Rick Rhoden, Phil Bradley, Hippolyta Pena. There's another Smoltz. I don't think it's centered any better than the first one we got, but is what it is. Ricky Horton, Greg Jeffries. Boy, what can you say about Greg Jeffries? We were all there. If you're in my age bracket, you collected cards in the late 80s, you know what I'm talking about with Greg Jeffries. BJ Surhoff. Oh, look at the printing issue on that one. 101, eBay 101 right there. Big Mac. It's the first time we see McGuire. Hold that one for the PC. Craig Biggio, there's another Hall of Famer we haven't seen yet. Steve Lombardozzi, Greg Harris, Bruce Hurst, Tim Flannery, Spike Owen. At least we're seeing some fresh cards here. The Biggio, I haven't seen Biggio come out yet. Robin Yount, Paul Mahler, that 40-40 Jose Canseco. It's always good to get down to the last stack and see some cards we haven't seen yet. I don't know if we're going to finish the puzzle or not. I'm seeing a lot of duplicates. Van Snyder, Roger Clemens, we haven't seen him yet. Put him in the PC collection. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Don't know if he'll ever get there, but he should be. Vance Law, Dave Schmidt, Charlie Leibrandt, Tim Jones, Vince Coleman Diamond Kings, nicely centered. Ken Caminetti, gone too soon. Pat Sheridan, Larry Anderson, Todd Gunfro worth nothing. Andy Hawkins, Greg Matthews, Rich Dotson, and Doc Gooden. That might be the first time we've seen him out of this box too. put the dock in the PC pile. It's another guy, if you're from my age group, my generation of card collecting, not too many guys more popular than Dwight Gooden before he went off the rails a little bit and then kind of had a nice little comeback. Got Chet Lemon, Joe Carter, Double D, Darren Dalton, Dwayne Ward, Ken Hill, Chris Bosio, Lenny Dykstra, Ruben Sierra. There's another Schilling card. Also fairly poorly centered. Put him up there with Smoltz, though, as a guy that is in the Hall of Fame and another guy that should be in the Hall of Fame, most likely. Probably, I don't know if Kurt Schilling's going to get there. People just hate his politics. It's weird. Baseball Hall of Fame is a fickle thing, isn't it? Lance Parrish. Excuse me. Mike Heath. Another Jim Gantner in those glasses. Another Tim Belcher. Mike Scioscia. And Norm Charlton. All right, 2 packs to go. Looking for a clean copy of the Griffey. It's fun to pull. I just want that's nice and clean. Just want one that'll look good in my slab for my piece of personal collection, you know. Randy Bush. Jack McDowell. Rick Shue. Felix Jose, rated rookie. Miguel Garcia. Floyd Bannister. And another Mark Grace. Put that in the fun card pile. Pascual Perez. Bo Diaz. Bob Forsch. Jerry Brown. Another Wally Joyner. Seen a bunch of those in this box. Joe Hesketh, Mackie Sasser, and the last card of that pack is John Smiley. All right, we got 1 pack left. Let's see if we can finish this box the way we started it. We started pack number 1 of this box with a Ken Griffey Jr. rated rookie. Let's see if we can finish the box. That would be something pretty spectacular. So just to be clear, that pack number 1 came from the back left corner of the box because that's where I always start. So let's see if we can get another Griffey here. Kurt Stillwell, Derek Lilliquist, Tom Candiotti, Will the Thrill. I always liked Will Clark. Didn't have a huge Will Clark collection. I went to middle school with a kid that had a huge Will Clark collection, though. Carney Lansford. Another Frank Viola. Bruno, he's everywhere in this box. Another Pete Harnish rated rookie. Don't think we're going to see a Griffey come out if these cards are collated the same. Chad Kruder. Daryl Boston. Mike Moore. Sean Abner. Mike Davis. Jay Howell. And we're going to finish things off with Fernando Valenzuela. All right, you guys, that does it. That's the entire box of 89 Donruss. All in all, not too shabby. We pulled a couple Griffeys, a couple Randy Johnsons, a couple John Smoltz, I think 2 Kurt Schilling rookies, a pretty decent stack of Hall of Famers, and more importantly, it was a fun rip. But if I come across another box of these, I'd consider buying them again just for the nostalgia of it. I probably wouldn't film it. I'd just rip it for my own personal collection and just for the fun of it. I really enjoy the 89 Donruss set. I think it's one of the better sets from the so-called junk wax era. So without rambling on too much further, we'll let you guys out of here. We're coming up on that 15-minute mark where we like to be, so we'll see you guys on the next episode. Till then, keep on ripping.